This video is going to be about units and conversions, which in science is a very essential part of any problem you're going to need to do. Okay? Units are telling you exactly what you're working with, and without units, all the numbers you come up with are basically useless. So if you do a math problem, in science, and you get 10, right, it's 10 what? Is it 10 centimeters? Is it 10 miles? Is it 10 joules? Like, all those different things, they're important. You got to know what you're talking about. So, real quick, we're going to do an overview, and we'll talk about how we can convert between units as well. Okay? There are two types of units that we have when we talk about science. There are imperial units. Okay, imperial units are like pounds, cups, gallons, the stuff we use in day-to-day life, right? You go to the store, you get a gallon of milk, that's an imperial unit. And the other type is the metric systems, or metric units. Okay? The metric system is awesome. The reason it is so awesome is because it's standardized and easy. Everything is a factor of 10. Okay? Imperial units are awful. Boo. They stink. Okay? We don't use imperial units in science class. We only use the metric system. Alright? It's just the way it is. Okay? There are 5 basic units that you're going to use, okay, that every other unit that you'll ever use in this class is going to be made out of. Those units are length, or that's in meters. Okay? Temperature, which is in Celsius. There is volume, which is in liters. There is mass, which is in either grams or kilograms. Generally it's kilograms, but grams is an useful one as well. And then there is time. Time is always in seconds, because it is the smallest unit of time. Okay? So every other unit that you'll ever have in any class that you take is going to be made up of these things. Okay? If you break it all the way down. Alright? So you need to know those basic 5. Okay? So, the cool thing we can do though is because these units are interchangeable and they can equal different things, we can convert between different types of units. So, for instance, okay, if we have our basic units here, let's say if you were driving in Europe, they go in kilometer per hour instead of mile per hour, and you saw a sign that said 90 kilometers per hour, right? That is just a conversion from the original meters and seconds, okay? So we're going to do a quick conversion problem here, just to have a little bit of a sense of how to do it. And I do it in a particular way, which I think is very helpful to keep you organized. So we're going to do it my way. I think it's fun. We'll see if you actually think it's fun. Anyway, so we've got 20 meters per second, and we need to convert to centimeters per hour, which is a weird unit, but, we're learning how to convert, so why not go weird? So, 20 meters per second, the first thing you're going to do is write it out. 20 meters per 1 second. Note how I have it written on this line here. Okay? This is going to help us stay organized. The first thing I'm going to want to do is convert those meters to centimeters. Alright? And I want to line up my next thing so that the units are on top and bottom of each other. So, because then they'll cancel out. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a moment. So, 1 meter has 100 centimeters in it. Okay? And so now I'm at centimeters on my bar. That's good, because I need centimeters in my final answer. And now I need to go to hours. So, in 1 second, I've got 1 second on the bottom, so I'm going to put 60 seconds up here. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. And there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Well, now I've got centimeters and hours. So now I can create my problem. I've done it right here on this board. So, I needed to go from meters to centimeters. I have centimeters now. I need to go from seconds to hours. Now I have centimeters and hours left over, so I know my units are going to be correct when I'm done doing the math. Okay? And now, as you can see, I've created a really quick problem here. I'm going to have 20 times 100 times 60 times 60 divided by 1. Alright, I can do that right now on this calculator. It'd be really easy. 20 times 100 times 60 times 60. That is a big number. 7,200,000 centimeters per hour. So, a lot of centimeters in 1 hour. Okay? If you set it up this way, it can help you keep track of your units, so you're not going to get lost or confused. You'll make sure that you convert correctly, because each conversion has to be listed out, and it's nice and organized. You can fit this on one piece of paper. Okay? It's just really easy. It really helped me when I was learning how to do science to have it organized in this way. If I try to do it other ways, I'd get confused and I'd make mistakes. This way keeps it nice and concise. Okay? So, just to remind you, we have different types of units, imperial and metric. Metric is better, and I can go on for hours about how the metric system is better, but that's not for this video. There are 5 basic units that you need to know: length, volume, time, temperature, and mass, and they all have a certain unit that go with them, and all other units are made up of these units, okay? Which means that we need to be able to convert between different types, okay?